long stopped associating with Epstein. Friday's closed-door deposition marks the first time a former president has been compelled to testify to Congress. The man found guilty of forging threats against President Trump to cover up an armed robbery gets prison time. 52-year-old Demetric Scott will spend 16 and a half years behind bars for felony identity theft, witness intimidation, bail jumping, and reckless endangerment. He was found guilty in January of stabbing Mexican immigrant Ramon Morales Reyes before stealing his bike in September 2023. Then, while in jail, Scott wrote multiple letters posing as Morales Reyes to state and federal officials threatening to kill President Trump in the hopes of getting Morales Reyes deported. In Madison, a mother is asking for answers after her autistic son was given dog food at school. Deborah Hawks said it took 4 days for Madison East High School to inform her about the incident. Hawks says it's negatively impacted her son.
My son he's been really hard. His heart has been, you could tell he doesn't trust people like he used to.
State Representative Sheila Stubbs is demanding a full investigation. The staff member involved has been fired. The Wicked Hop in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward will remain closed through the weekend due to a cockroach problem.
This as the city health department says inspectors found additional cockroach activity during a follow-up inspection on Friday. The issue was first discovered Wednesday when inspectors conducted a routine check at a neighboring business and found dead roaches in a shared basement space. After expanding the inspection to the Wicked Hop, live roaches were observed in the kitchen. Health officials say they will revisit the restaurant next week. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Drivers should prepare for overnight full freeway closures next week as demolition continues on the 27th Street Bridge.
The concrete deck is already gone, and Eric Hansen with the Wisconsin DOT says the next steps in this part of the project are up next.
The concrete deck over the freeway is completely removed, and over the next few nights we're working to remove those steel girders that remain out there.
Next week, we have full freeway overnight closures Monday through Wednesday.
That's between the Stadium Interchange and the Marquette Interchange, and this is to complete that girder removal.
Drivers are advised to follow the posted detours. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 7:04.
Abby with Abby Windows here. I installed windows for a lady who was going to go with a cheaper bid than mine and didn't quite understand why I would only install her windows the right way. It was a 1990s home with metal-clad wood windows. She was very grateful she went with us when we found all the windows and knee walls were rotted so badly the 2x6s were crumbling in my hands. She never would have known if she would have let the other guy pocket fit those windows. If you want a customized install for your home and you want it done the right way, give Abby Windows a call today. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk with entrepreneur and the author of Mama Cow, Lisa Praber. She tells us why she became a single mother not once but twice, and also why she decided to carry another couple's child. Plus, there's that thing about the party.
You'd pick your winning minnow and you'd go up against a few friends and see which one got to the egg first.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Bucks lost their game yesterday against the New York Knicks 127-98. They play again tomorrow at 2:30 against the Chicago Bulls. And in spring training news, the Brewers won against the White Sox yesterday 5-2. They play again today against the Cincinnati Reds at 2:10. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. At the moment, it's looking all clear out there. No major incidents, no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Play the legendary TPC Scottsdale on their spacious, state-of-the-art simulators. Sign up now to win cash prizes. Must play in February.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, light snow likely 1 to 3 inches, high of 31. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and chilly, high of 27. Monday, partly sunny, high of 35. Tuesday, slight chance of snow, high of 38. Wednesday, a chance of a mix, high of 42 degrees. Right now, in Milwaukee, it is 28 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton, Kane, and David Nason.
Another Saturday, another chance to talk fixing stuff. David Nason, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Dayton. How are you doing?
Good.
Morning,
week went well?
Yes.
My week was amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
One of the best weeks ever. I love this time of year. You're starting to see hope and spring eternal, and I can't wait
People are out looking at houses and getting ready to move, and so the real estate market's moving.
Teasing us. We're probably still going to get really cold.
Oh,
here.
we will. I remember my birthday's in April, and I always remember. I shouldn't say always remember. I remember several birthdays where my parties had to get canceled because of spring-winter storms. So we're not out of the woods yet, but pretty close.
Scarred you ever since?
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, you could still have that in May.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
See, this is Jason Fox from Capitol with us, and he's the heating cooling guy. He's like, I don't care if it's hot or cold. I'm your solution. Right?
Yeah, well, we're helping all the time, but it's we started doing tune-ups already, in February here, so because we had that warm weather for a minute there, so you never know. But I mean, it snowed in May. I mean. It's Wisconsin, right?
Right.
It just it's different every year.
Yeah. So tell us about what Capitol does, because it's a lot now.
Yeah.
Yep. So Capitol Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Plumbing. So we work with homeowners in their homes, and we take care of all the mechanical needs, whether that's something that needs to be maintained, something that needs to be repaired, or something that has to be replaced or installed new for the first time. So you think about anything electrical, anything plumbing wise, right, in your house, even your laterals and things to your house, your underground service, all that kind of stuff, or your indoor air quality, all those things. Obviously your heating and cooling, like we talk about a lot, and we haven't said it yet, so please change your filter.
Right. Right.
We made it a minute and a half into the show. We got it.
Yes.
So you mentioned electrical. Is there a shelf life on electrical? Like, there's homes built in the 1800s. Do they still have the same electricity running through them?
Well, not
the electricity's the same.
Electricity's different because it's probably been used by now since then. But
the same system, electrical system in the house. Like, how does that work?
I mean, technically, if you don't disturb knob and tube wiring, and the cloth is good,
it can interior walls. It's considered safe. Yes, unless it's disturbed or buried in insulation. So that's why we look for it in attics and in basements. If in an attic, back when they were installing that in a house, they were putting very little, if any, insulation in the attic or in the walls.
Oh, attics where you stored stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, so it wasn't a problem there. And then in the basement, it can be accessed. People hang stuff on it and whatever and damage it. So if it's in your interior walls, really shouldn't be a problem. The only thing I think you're kind of starting to get to is if you do some remodeling or maybe you have water damage or something and you open up a wall, the electrical in that wall has to be by code updated to current electrical standards.
Yeah, switch knob and tube is not a current standard. No. But, so the stuff does wear out, though, right? Outlets wear out, things wear out. I mean, generally in the wiring, if you're not updating something or opening something, you typically can get away with what's there. unless you start to have problems where you have broken wires or, you have severe voltage drop where you're just not getting, something's going on, then you have to do something. But, a lot of those older homes with knob and tube, there's, the outlets weren't spaced very much.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, maybe like one or two in a room.
Yeah, if you're lucky. And sometimes they're up like at 4 feet off the ground, or, there was not a lot of rhyme or reason how things were done. So
we have a house built in 1940. We have an outlet that is literally up above a window on one of our exterior walls. I'm like, they mount a TV. Like, why is this outlet way up here?
I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being a junction box for work being done and says, well, let's just put an outlet here instead of a blank
It's
plate.
the most random
that's a possibility. But you're right. I think people said, well, we're going to put a piece of furniture here. We need an outlet here. Put an outlet right there.
Yeah.
That's probably how things are done.
I don't know.
Instead of how now it's, every 8 feet in a room and every 2 feet of counter space in your kitchen. And
so do you guys go in and contest the whole system? Like
so we come in with an electrical inspection, So we'll go in and we'll actually test everything. We'll test every single outlet. We'll test the GFIs. We'll actually take heat signatures of things and stuff like that, panels and stuff like that. We'll actually pull the panel. We'll make sure all the connections in there are tight. We'll check the grounding. Because what happens is, as people remodel and things, and or a meter gets changed, and all of a sudden they disconnect the water ground, or
I see that every once in a while.
Yeah, where it's just gone, or they brought a new poly service in because their service went bad, and now they don't have a ground anymore to water because it's plastic coming in. So, there's a lot of things that change in homes, or everyone's got those mystery switches. They're like, oh, I don't really know what this does. So we kind of figure that stuff out and we bring them up to date, and it's pretty popular now for people that want to, outlets don't last forever, breakers don't last forever, so a lot of times, like when we find stuff, it's common to just, let's change these things and bring current, and they look a lot better when they're newer.
They're mechanical devices, and mechanical devices generally, kind of to your point, wiring in the wall is just there, but a mechanical device that's working,
switches, plugs,
they wear out.
Outlets, yeah.
And as you plug stuff in, pull it out, you're loosening things up and stuff like that, and that generates heat. Heat generates, fire.
Yeah, electrical work's probably something you want the experts coming in to do when they're doing it. And that's what they're here for. CallCapitalCares.com is the website. Jason Fox with us all this hour, 855-616-1620 if you want to send in a text. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
It's Tuesday in Milwaukee. I've worn a parka, crop top, and rain poncho since breakfast.
Our weather has commitment issues, Tracy. It's bipolar with a side of, are you kidding me?
If your heating and cooling system is also confused, you're in luck.
At Capital, we're giving you year-round comfort for the price of one season. Buy a furnace, we'll give you an AC for free.
You heard him. Turn that brr into ah and tell that Milwaukee weather to move on.
Call CapitalCares.com. Dreaming of a home renovation? J&J Contractors has been turning houses into dreams for over 40 years. From stunning kitchens and luxurious bathrooms to finished lower levels, they handle complete renovations that elevate your space. And don't forget about the outside. J&J Contractors specialize in roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Looking for some winter magic? You'll find it in Lake Geneva. Hit the slopes to ski, snowboard, or tube. Hike or snowshoe through a state park or nature preserve. Enjoy ice skating, ziplining, and even fat tire biking. And turn mealtime inside out with a cozy igloo or barrel dining experience. When it's time to come inside, catch a show with live music, magic, or dancing horses. Check out the unique shops and boutiques and melt away the winter chill at an award-winning spa. Learn more about things to do in Lake Geneva at visitlakegeneva.com. It's always been the place for winter fun.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does. Because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hey anglers, want to catch more fish this season? Then don't miss the free fishing seminar every Saturday in February at MW Marine. Get proven tips on tackle, techniques, and where the fish are biting. Perfect for weekend warriors and serious fishermen alike. And while you're there, walk through the showroom and check out the latest fishing boats. Ready for your next big day on the water. MW Marine.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, a Wisconsin state representative from Milwaukee charged with disorderly conduct after an alleged confrontation with another Democratic member of the Assembly.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
A staffer at Madison East High School is accused of feeding dog food to a student.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m. Only on WTMJ. The Fix-It Show with Dayton, Kane, and David Nason on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining us. Another beautiful Saturday. Dayton, Kane, David Nason, and Jason Fox here, and we're talking about Capitol and all the things you do. We did get a text in.
Right.
Well, this is a summary of a text we had a couple
weeks. This is a
weeks.
follow-up, yeah. So you do a lot of, most people have a furnace, forced air system, but some people have boilers. And so somebody I know texted me a few weeks ago with some issues they're having with their boiler, and I referred them to Capitol, and they had a tech come out. And why don't you fill us in on what was solved there? There are still some issues, I understand.
Well, we uncovered what was going on, and we fixed the immediate problem. But I was kind of thinking about this after the show and what it is, right? So when you look at the boiler install, the pictures, it looks really nice. Like the work it's clean. It was everything. This picture perfect, but it's completely wrong, right? So, and I was trying to think, like, as a homeowner, because you don't know, like, as a homeowner, you have this piece of equipment, and the job is clean, the pipes are straight, everything looks good. You know what I mean?
And I would say, as a home inspector, I wouldn't have necessarily seen anything wrong either.
And that's the funny thing. But like the thing about it is, if you open the manual that came with the boiler, and it shows you how it has to be installed, and you look at the diagram, it doesn't match what they did. And there's not one piece of it that matches, right? So it's kind of those funny things, because it's like, you hire a company and you think they're going to be out and do the right job, and you look at it when they're done and it looks right, and then all of a sudden it's not working right. And it's like, well, what it is. Then someone else comes in and they tell you something different, and it's like, how do you believe, or who do you
believe? Yeah.
It's the same thing. And you like building a house, right? It's 2x4s or 16 on center, and you get this guy who's like, well, I'll build your house cheaper. I'm going to put them every 3 feet. It'll be fine. You'll never know the difference, right? Right? And it may work for a while, right? But then all of a sudden you might have these other issues that would...
A little bit of wind coming along. The house might fall
over. But so that one, we found that there was a clogged filter in the system, believe it or not.
Yeah, and I even said I didn't realize boilers have filters, but it makes sense. The water isn't always clean that's going into them, right?
Well, so the water going into them is clean, because it's the same water we drink, right?
I suppose, yes.
The problem is with a boiler, you want to treat the water and you want to keep it that way, right? So most boilers...
So where's all that sediment coming from?
Well, that's the system deteriorating, right? Because you're going to be breaking parts of the pipes apart and all the different things that are there. And that sediment is flowing through the boiler. So a common thing that we do, we put in a dirt capture thing, just like a filter, on the boilers to grab all that stuff. And they're magnetic and things that kind of hold all those particles. They're not floating around in the system because you have pumps, you have heat exchangers, you have all these things, and it'll do that stuff. So that was part of it. Part of it is they kind of put the wrong components in, and they didn't necessarily do it right. So we fixed some of the stuff, and the boiler's slightly too small for the home. But other than that, it's a great job. They did a real nice job.
You were explaining a little to me off the air about, boilers have pumps and they have valves, and especially if you have different zones. So instead of necessarily putting in more valves, own valves. Maybe you should have put in more pumps and things. So it's got to be installed the way the manufacturer says it should be installed, right?
Yeah, in that particular setup, we had high temperature water, which is your normal baseboard water, and then they had in-floor heating, which you have to run a lower temperature. Well, you need a separate pump for that, and you need a valve to mix the two waters together and all this stuff, and it has to be installed a certain way, otherwise it never works right, right?
Right.
And it causes premature failure and things. And there was also, on that type of boiler, you need type of boiler protection where it actually allows the hot and cold to mix a little bit so the boiler doesn't fall below a certain temperature. Otherwise, the heat exchanger condenses and it rots out earlier. So,
unfortunately, I've owned a lot of homes over the course of my life. I've never had a boiler system. What's the percentage of homes that have it? Like it's not super common, is it?
10, 15% maybe.
Oh, so it's that high.
It's really area dependent. Like if you go like east side of Milwaukee, you see a lot more boilers and things because they're older homes.
Right.
And then now a lot of your newer high-end homes have boilers because they do a lot of heated floors or heated driveways, right, and things like that.
Heated driveway. Oh, that sounds so nice.
Hey.
Heated.
So you get
if
the
I
gas
ever
bill.
build a home in Wisconsin, I'm probably not going to build a home. I think I'm just.
How
gonna
long have you
move.
lived in your home?
Current home, 24 years.
You're not getting another house unless you move to Florida or Arizona or somewhere warm.
I probably wouldn't be able to get a builder to build a house for me because I might be their worst.
Oh, you would.
customer.
I just don't know if you'd be able to afford it.
That too. And I'd have to I wouldn't be able to work my job because I'd be on site every day.
Jason's with us all this hour, 855-616-1620. If you have questions, you can check them out at callcapitalcares.com. It is the Fix-It Show. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
At Abbey Home, our mission statement is making lives easier. Let us make your life easier by custom designing the bathroom to fit your needs so you can stay in your home longer. We will make your shower system safe but stylish by taking out your old tub, and you'll be able to walk right into your new shower. We'll add grab bars, a stationary seat, and glass doors that'll make your new bathroom a stylish success. Right now, get a free shower door with all bathrooms and payments as low as $98 a month. If somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
Yes, Toradol is considered a strong pain reliever. It's one of the most potent non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs available. And absolutely, hyaluronic acid is used to treat shoulder, hip, elbow, and knee pain. It's a lubricating gel-like substance that reduces stiffness and improves mobility. It acts as a lubricant and shock absorber, reducing friction in the joint. And when we pinpoint the root of your pain, and we combine these powerful 100% FDA-approved pain relief medicines, if thousands of patient confirmations tell us anything, you're going to experience pain relief. And because of this, your quality of life increases, and you'll start living better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. There's much more to life that you've been missing because of your pain. This isn't even about taking a chance. It's about taking your first step to living pain-free. Go to rejuvenex.com to schedule your appointment so we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life. Call today, and there's a good chance we could be seeing you tomorrow.
If you're going to put some of your hard-earned profits into advertising, you better do it right, because we know you don't want to waste a dime. If you want ad success, it's not just knowing what to say, it's knowing how to say it. Telling isn't selling, and a message that doesn't sell will waste your money. With thousands of ads of experience, we know what to say and how to say it to get you better results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Work page to listen and see why we're the guys smart advertisers call to make their ad dollars work harder. We found that whatever kind of ad you decide to run, if it doesn't sell, it's a bad ad. One thing we're pretty good at is digging deep to find what truly sets our clients apart from their competition. And we're always surprised at what we find and have often asked, well, why haven't you been telling the public that? There are things about your business that you aren't telling enough people, and certainly not often enough. We'll fix that. Go to Anderson-Smith.com and hit the Contact Us button, because we help small business advertisers get better results.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
WTMJ's The Fix-It Show with David Nason and Dayton Kane.
Dayton Kane, David Nason, thank you for joining us. You were just talking about that boiler situation.
Right, yep. And I was told that he was happy enough with the service and getting things fixed that he's signed up for Merle's League of Home Defenders.
Oh, the world's greatest club.
Yes.
You guys are members.
Yeah.
Yep.
He also left us a 5-star review.
Oh,
yeah. Awesome.
He was really happy.
So Merle's League is a protection plan for your home, right? So, like, nobody really wants to think about their home's mechanicals and things, and then all of a sudden you have an issue and you want to be able to call somebody and you want service right away, right? So it's a whole home protection plan, and it covers your electric, your HVAC, and your plumbing. It includes 2 of our beyondifications, so one in the heating season, one in the cooling season. You get 20% off any repairs you need. You get, if you need a service call from any of the trades, they're free. You don't ever pay for a service call for someone to come out and take a look at it. You get a plumbing inspection. You get a free plumbing drain cleaning once a year. You get a whole home electrical inspection. You get $400 worth of capital cash you can use towards any new equipment, towards indoor air quality items, or towards water treatment stuff. So we test your water when we come out just to make sure what's going on in there. And you get 10% off of our duct cleaning. So it's tons of value. And it's only $48 to join and $24 a month.
What a deal. And we're going to give some away later.
Yes, before the end of the show, we'll give some away. Not right now, but we will give away another lucky member to the Merle's League. It's a 1-year gratis thing, but we'll do that towards the end of the hour.
So we've gone from cold to hot and hot to cold, and there's rain now and snow. It's like that weird time of year.
It's called a shoulder season.
Well, we shouldn't be there yet, though. It's only February. Like shoulder season should be like another.
Well, I mean,
month away,
there's
right?
not much of February left now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
So we're getting into that area.
Yeah.
What should we be looking at as we're or listening for on our systems?
Right, because tomorrow's March 1st.
I know. Okay. Yes, I know.
Almost the end of the first quarter. So obviously, like anything, is the noises, right? Change your air filter. We talked about that already. You notice anything noise that's not sounding the same? You're not using your system as much now with when it warms up, cool. So you're cycling a lot less, but you still want to listen for that stuff. If you're going to get the air conditioner ready, let's make sure we uncover it and don't build. I sent you guys a picture.
Right, yes.
What is that?
They built a cabinet around it.
Yeah.
They built like a doghouse over the air conditioner, and they're like, "Yeah, it's never worked right." And we're like, "Yeah, you can't do that, dude. Like, it needs to breathe, right? It wasn't a winter cover; that was the permanent housing.
Right.
That's crazy.
Because they didn't like the way it looked, and they've been living with it for like 20 years. But they're like, "Yeah, it never works right," and I'm like. Okay, well, let's start by getting this out of here, and we'll see what it is. But uncover it. Make sure if you look, did you see any activity of rodents, things like that? Were they chewing on stuff? You can turn the power back on to it when you do that. If you have any fall stuff that maybe never got cleaned away from it, get all that done, and then it's a good time to get your servicing scheduled.
Right. How big of a deal is it that the insulation I always see ripped or torn or missing on is it the compression line?
That's the suction line.
Suction line.
Yep.
Between the house and the condenser.
I mean, ideally, you want it to be insulated all the way because that actually has been coming back to cool the compressor. That line will sweat otherwise, right? So it's supposed to be insulated, the whole time and all the way. So, a lot of times we'll replace that on tune-ups and things.
Yeah. The older units, the sun seemed to break it down, but now it has this vinyl coating on it. Looks really slick.
And you can even buy these Velcro sleeves that you put them over and stuff like that.
Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they're much more resistant than they used to be. I mean, after 20 years, they kind of get pretty beat up. But yes, you should have that insulated all the way back for it. I mean, it'll still run without it, but it's just the way it's intended to be used.
Yeah. And so in January of last year, they introduced that R354?
R54B and then R32 were the two.
So the new refrigerants.
Yep, A2Ls is what they're called. And so everything, they could no longer manufacture 410A stuff, the year prior.
Yeah.
That's everything thing. Now they could still sell through whatever inventory they have. But those are the two. So depending on what manufacturer you get. So Amana, Goodman, there's more R32, Rheem, Carrier, those are more R54. Now, R54 is actually made with R32 in it.
Yeah. But is that affecting the availability of the R410A?
Well, so they don't. It's it's coming. They can't make more of it, and then
It's
it's
just
recycling, just like the R22.
Ooh.
So the price will continue to go up over time, right?
So the R22's got to be getting really expensive.
I don't know. I haven't looked lately, but I know we were up there for like $1,200 to $1,500 a jug.
There you go.
I remember what it was $35.
Yeah, so if at this point, if you go to somebody's house and they have a unit that's got R22 in it and it leaked or whatever, are you just saying, look, it's time to upgrade?
We're only allowed to fill a system once, and then we're supposed to do a leak search to figure out why it's leaking.
Okay,
right. So that's actually a law. So we're not supposed to continuously just fill systems because it's bad for the environment and things like that. So then we would do a leak search and things. But the problem is when cost, right?
Yeah,
and then the
right,
technology is old. If you still have an R22 system, you're multiple generations of technology away from where it should be.
It's like having an iPhone 2.
Yeah. So you're probably better off looking at some type of upgrade. So
We need to jump over to the WTMJ News Center. Callcapitalcares.com is the website. Another half hour coming up with Jason.
Thanks, Dayton. The man convicted of killing 6 people and injuring dozens more in the 2021 Waukesha Christmas Parade attack continues with his appeals. Darrell Brooks Jr.'s motion filed Tuesday asks the Wisconsin Court of Appeals to reconsider a January order denying a prior motion for an extension. A judge ruled at the time that Brooks' arguments for failing to file an appeal notice on time didn't hold up. Brooks is currently serving consecutive life sentences at a state prison in South Dakota. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is pushing pause on plans to implement facial recognition technology. Sheriff Danita Ball says the changes follow discussions with community advocates over how data could be utilized in the current national climate. The change in course follows previous plans for the department to enter into a contract with Las Vegas-based Biometrica revealed at a community advisory board meeting earlier this month. The Milwaukee Police Department previously ruled out their own plans to use the technology following concerns from the community. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. At the moment, completely clear out there. No major incidents, no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Every Monday and Thursday, buy one pizza, get a second pizza absolutely free at the Mineshaft Family Restaurant in downtown Hartford. Google the Mineshaft today.
Here's your WTMJ forecast today. Light snow likely, high of 31. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and chilly, high of 27. Monday, partly sunny, high of 35. Tuesday, slight chance of snow, high of 38. Wednesday, chance of a mix, high of 42 degrees. Right now in Green Bay, 22. Madison, 26. And in Milwaukee, it is 29 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:33.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
I think there's generally a lot of discontent among voters on a lot of different issues. Economy, we've talked about healthcare. We probably haven't spent enough time on healthcare in the last month or so.
Do you want someone who's a quote-unquote fighter and is very anti-Trump and his policy, very anti some of the policies that have been in place for a majority Republican legislature, or is it someone who can compromise?
People like when you go to their town and you listen to them.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. David and Dayton. One guy knows what the heck he's talking about. We'll let you figure out which one it is. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining us on a Saturday. We always appreciate the interaction as well. 855-616-1620 if you have questions for Jason Fox from Capital Heating, Cooling, Electric, Plumbing. What else do you guys do? What don't you do? Everything mechanical in the house, you guys can help out.
Yeah, we take care of all that stuff. So we were just talking about having an old R22 AC and things like that. So we are having our promotions going on right now. So if you do have old equipment, right now, if you buy a furnace, we're going to give you a free AC, right?
What a deal.
Yes. Yeah. So now it's the condensed, it's the part of the AC, right? So it's the chunk of it. But it's a basic system. But if you want to upgrade, we'll give you that credit towards the same credit towards any other ACs and things we have. And then we couple that with some rebates we have and some 10-year parts and labor warranty and great financing options as well. So if you are upgrading or need to upgrade, this is probably a good time to save a little bit of money and do that before summer comes, because then you don't really get those deals.
Yeah. So let's take a minute or two or something. It's just people sometimes ask me, how does air conditioning work? And I said, well, it's one of two magic things in your house. A water softener, how that softens your water and everything, that's kind of magic.
Ion exchange.
Yeah. And an air conditioner is an exchange of heat. And people are like, what? I get cool air. How am I getting cool air out of
So you are 100% right? So your furnace is circulating air, and on top of your furnace sits a coil, right? And that coil has a pipe that connects to the outdoor piece. And what that's doing is there's a refrigeration cycle. So there's a high pressure, high temperature liquid that comes into the coil, gets flashed into a vapor, and as it does that, it actually cools and it absorbs the heat out of the air and then takes that heat outside to be ejected. So when you go outside, you feel the top of the condenser, the fan running. You actually feel warm air. That's actually the heat that was formerly in your house going outside.
That's where the magic happens.
Exactly. So it actually doesn't cool your house. It takes the heat outside and also does, through that actions, you reduce the humidity level.
So when you're getting the tour and they say, this is where the magic happens, you say, no, it's your condenser outside.
Well, both. There's the coil.
It's all a system, though, right? Because you need the blower on the furnace to be
Sure.
circulating the air. And then, the most important thing is how well that system is breathing, because that's the funny thing about you'll go to homes and you'll look at the equipment and everything's sized properly, but it's not cooling the house, and it's running, and you got this split and you got all these different things, but the problem is the capacity isn't there because the air volume isn't there. So while everything, the math will work like it's working the proper way, but it's not moving the right amount of air for it. So if you have a 3-ton condenser, so that's like typical for a house that's about 2,000 square feet ish. If I'm only moving, not moving 1,200 units of air, 1,200 cubic feet of air per minute, if let's say I'm moving 800, that's going to work like a 2-ton condenser. And it's going to work just like a 2-ton condenser would, and you'll have all the right numbers, but because you're not moving the right amount of air, it's not going to cool your house properly.
I think it's funny because you say that's where the magic happens. Yeah. There's so much science involved in everything that you guys do that the average Joe just slapping in a furnace isn't probably doing you any good. You got to really balance all the parts that go with it.
Well, and that's the crazy thing, because that's what goes back to looking at that good job or whatever. Like, it looks nice, but it doesn't work right? And my bills are high, or I have all these repairs, or I'm not comfortable,
I'm cold,
right? And a lot of that comes back to it's a big difference between buying a refrigerator and then a heating and cooling system, because a refrigerator is a design product that you just plug on the wall and it works because it knows the parameters it's working in.
Enclosed system, basically.
Exactly. A heating and cooling system is adaptable to multiple different situations, and it has to be adapted to your situation. And if you don't have the right inputs and outputs to it, it will never work right.
And can be somewhat affected by the environment it's in as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if somebody calls in today or schedules an appointment at callcapitalcares.com.
Yes.
How soon before somebody will be able to get out to their house?
Well, we'll come out today.
Today. 24/7, 7 days a week. You guys are out there.
365.
We're always available. And we have, if you want interested in, like what stuff costs for, if you're interested in our promo and things like that, we'll come out for free. There's no charge for us to come out and give you an in-home estimate. We'll look at everything. You'll know exactly what it is. Or if you go to callcapitalcares.com, you can actually shop online there. You can actually look at what systems cost, like furnaces and air conditioners. You can look at water heaters. You can join Merle's League there. You can buy a beyondification, or if you need that air filter because you haven't been able to remember, we can put you on a subscription and automatically send it to you.
Speaking of Merle's League, we're still going to give away some of those when we come back. There's 2 more segments left, 855-616-1620. If you have questions for Jason Fox from Capital, we'd love to hear from you. It is a Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
MW Marine. Hey anglers, want to catch more fish this season? Then don't miss the free fishing seminar every Saturday in February at MW Marine. Get proven tips on tackle, techniques, and where the fish are biting. Perfect for weekend warriors and serious fishermen alike. And while you're there, walk through the showroom and check out the latest fishing boats. Ready for your next big day on the water. MW Marine.
Skylight Music Theater presents The Spitfire Grill, a heartfelt Wisconsin-born musical of redemption and second chances. This 25th anniversary production features a 5-piece band. The Spitfire Grill, February 27th through March 15th. Tickets at skylightmusictheater.org.
Are you seeking an experienced, award-winning contractor who provides unmatched plaster and stucco services? I'm Zach Emmons with Creative Construction of Wisconsin. As part of the 6th generation of our family-owned company, we have served the area for over 90 years, handling all types of stucco, interior, and ornamental plasterwork, from small repairs and remodels to large residential projects. Creative Construction staff has the skills to deliver quality results. Featuring NARI award-winning and certified professionals, our craftsmen match all plaster and stucco textures, adding custom touches as needed. Call 414-397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com for competitive pricing and a personalized approach. Creative Construction of Wisconsin, cutting-edge stucco and plaster techniques with homegrown family values. Call 397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins, the latest in news.
They are refusing to identify him at this time because the investigation is still ongoing.
Entertainment.
You really are not eating for stretches at a time. You really are not showering. That's all real.
And more.
Indiana had a lot of ties to Chicago when it came to Prohibition, so this area became a perfect spot for the mafia.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ. David Nason and Dayton Kane. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
A couple segments left with Jason Fox from Capital. CallCapitalCares.com is the website. You want to check them out there. We talked about heating a lot already. You guys do plumbing stuff. you came to my house, and one of the pipes that was in my wall was so clogged, I couldn't believe we were getting any drainage whatsoever. It had been in there since 1940 when the house was built. Our sink works so much better now, surprisingly.
Oh, literally. That's one of the things, though, is like you deal with the problem for so long, you're like, oh, this is what it is. Then all of a sudden it's fixed, and you're like, wow, why did
I put up with this so long?
Yeah.
So what happens if somebody calls you for plumbing stuff?
And how's the ankle soup in your shower there?
That's fixed, too. You guys came in. I got my free drain cleaning with that. You got that taken care of for me?
Yeah, so we do everything in your house, right? So like a slow drain, or maybe you want to get a new toilet, right? Whatever it is in your house, plumbing wise, we'll take care of it, right? So the small jobs, the big jobs, maybe you got your main line clogged, right? And hopefully you don't have to have your sewer replaced, but we can even dig up and replace your sewer all the way to the street if we have to. But rather, hopefully there's something simpler we can fix for that. But so any of the plumbing things you have in your house, leaky faucets, right? Are your shutoffs working? We do a lot of shutoff repairs, because like we could do these whole home inspections, and people are like, well, I've never tested it, and you go to trying to turn the water off. Sometimes you can't, right?
Yeah.
And then, what do you do when you break something or something happens? Or we had the real cold weather, when everything warmed up, we had a lot of frozen pipes, right? So then all of a sudden they go to shut the water off, and you can't because the pipe froze, it broke, now it thawed, now it's leaking, and do all that stuff. So we can come help you take care of any of those different needs, or if you're looking at maybe running out of hot water, tankless water heater upgrades, things like that, we do quite a bit of as well.
I think we talked about tankless a little bit last time. That it's got to be the right situation, because some people think it's an instant hot water, which it's not.
No.
And B, they it's super efficient. It's not heating this tank, but it's a considerable upgrade. The size of the gas line coming in, they need to be serviced and everything. So you really need to kind of do some research to see if it's right for you.
Yeah, you are not heating the water, so you at that time you'll save money. But they use a lot more gas when they're running, because they're instantaneous, and they're meant where you could have 2 or 3 people showering, at the same time.
That's what I tell people. You're not going to get, as soon as you turn the valve on, you're not going to get hot water immediately.
Well, you can if you have a recirculation system put in that are built into them. Yeah.
But if you leave that hot water faucet on for 5 hours, you're going to have hot water for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the benefit of it.
A lot of it's usually households with lots of people in them, or kids. I have 2 teenage boys, and believe me, the tankless is good because I would never get a hot shower. So it depends, or if you get those, they're not as popular anymore, but a lot of people have those giant tubs. Right, and your traditional water heaters, by the time you get that tub filled,
those are like 75 gallons of water. Yeah,
yeah. So your traditional water heaters never do it, or they got the giant tank. When you have the 75-gallon tank in your house, then tankless makes a lot more sense, because the efficiency is a big difference for that change. But it's preference, or if you have a lot of the popular showers now with all the shower heads and things, if you want to run those, you're not running those on a tank style.
Yeah, but if somebody's maybe running out of water or something, instead of that, how efficient is doing that, where I see where they're installed in what, series or parallel?
You got to do them parallel. So those are,
they have to be identical.
Some people install them in series, and then the problem with that is we're going to wear one heater out all the time quicker. But if you do them in parallel, they all have to be balanced coming in and out, and then they'll run good. But
and they have to be identical units, right? You
identical
can't use
units
like 140,
and everything.
150 kind of thing.
No, because what'll happen is water's gonna take the path of least resistance. Whatever one's easier for it to go through, that's gonna get the majority, and it'll go like 70-30. Right? It won't be just like a little bit off. They usually go quite a bit. But if you're doing that, tankless is going to be a better bet than running 2 water heaters, because the cost of putting it in the right way. Now you have 2 water heaters. You got 2 when they fail. It's just going to be a better solution.
Yeah. I think the reality is they're not both going to fail at the same time.
No, you're 100% right there.
You'll have one.
Yeah. But then if one's failing, then your other one's probably not far behind. So now you're going to still be changing 2.
And then if you put a different one in, I just voided my argument. So yeah.
And then because now you're doubling your capacity, right? But then it's like, okay, if you're going through all this stuff, because you still might have to look at gas things, considerations.
So let's go back to using cisterns, because I have one of those. I want to use my cistern. How do I heat the water in my cistern?
We need to take a break. Dave is off the rails. Yeah. One segment left with Jason. When we come back, we'll be giving away some Merle's League of Home Defenders. CallCapitalCares.com is the website. Check them out there. It is a Fix It Show on WTMJ.
So if you're looking to install a new glass shower door, you're going to want to see selection. The more you see, the better choice you can make. And that's why our store is loaded with 20 different glass shower door options. And what sets Less's Glass apart is that you're going to have somebody close by for help who's been here for years and years to ask them questions and get reliable answers. Now, no one's going to be hounding you, but when you need an answer, you're not going to have to search around. One thing you can count on at Less's Glass is that there will always be a member of our staff here with decades of experience. And that matters, because how many times have you been at the big box home improvement store, walking around trying to find someone who can actually answer your questions? This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
We're Ted and Pam, owners of Church and Chapel Funeral Homes here in town.
Our family, serving your family.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Your home can be more maintenance free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have a roofing question, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
Thanks, Tom. Between the two of us, we've seen hundreds of failed roofs, along with the unfortunate consequences of water damage. Poor workmanship, improper product usage, lack of ventilation, inferior flashing detail, and loss of control due to subcontractors are some of the most common reasons for roofs failing. At J&B, our objective is not just to sell another roof. We want to educate our clients. When J&B's experienced sales staff achieves that goal, our roof systems sell themselves.
For a complimentary roof evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance free when you rely on J&B.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is here for you, bringing you the latest headlines with John McCure and diving into the details with Julia Fellow.
Did you grab Common Council President Jose Perez?
I did not do anything that I was alleged of doing.
And we need to point out that you have not been charged with anything. That is a fact.
That is correct.
What do you say to the people who don't believe you?
Tune in to Wisconsin's afternoon news, where your day's story unfolds. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Only here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Making it a great Fix-It day. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored each week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. Jason Fox has been on with us all this hour from Capital. You can see them at callcapitalcares.com. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, Merle's League of Home Defenders. Let's give some away.
Yes, let's give it away. So it's a 1-year membership to Merle's League of Home Defenders. It covers your entire house, right? That's your electrical, your plumbing, your HVAC. So that has all those packed benefits. If you're not lucky enough to win today, you can always give us a call at 262-220-7020 and join. It's $48 to join and $24 a month. But what we're going to do is we're going to have you guys text the word club, C-L-U-B, to 414-214-0184. That's 414-214-0184 and give away a lucky person to join Merle's League of Home Defenders. So that's a 1-year membership for everything. So you get the drain cleaning, you get the plumbing inspection, electrical, the bonifications, the no service call fees, $400 worth of capital cash, all that great benefits.
It's a huge prize.
Yeah.
I mean, $48 down, $24 a month. What's the total for that?
$288.
$288 a year.
Yeah. So that plus the $400 towards something and the drain cleaning. What a deal.
It's a deal. It's like $1,500 worth of value. So it's the world's best club, and you get services today. So go ahead and text us at 414-214-0184, and we're happy to do that. If we have any questions I didn't answer today or any other stuff you guys like to know about us, give us a call at 262-220-7020, or you can go to callcapitalcares.com. That's our website. You can chat with us there. You can book your own services. So if you already know what you need, you can schedule right there and do that with you, or you can chat with us online. We can book that as well.
Do you still have the service where you can buy furnace filters through you?
Yep. Right on our website under the shop section. If you look there, you can do that. You can also get the quotes on the equipment, whether it's a water heater or furnace, AC, or full system. And don't forget, we have that great free promo for the air conditioners.
Sure.
Right? So buy a furnace, get a free AC.
Yeah.
That is, he says it so nonchalant, like that's not a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Free AC with a furnace. Nice. Service area?
Southeastern Wisconsin. So basically kind of most of our listening area we do. So we service that whole area for all the things we provide.
24/7.
24/7. Same day repair.
A week.
365.
365. So,
Yes.
okay. Any big plans for this week?
No, I'm resting up because I'm going to be heading out on vacation with my beautiful wife.
Nice.
We're going to be gone for 13 days. So
Excellent.
Wow. Well, enjoy that. Coming up next, Abby from Abby Home. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
This has been the Fix It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
You ever have a slow shower drain where the water rises until you're standing in a murky, bubbly, hairy...
I got it, and thank you for painting that vivid picture of the ankle soup.
Yeah, up to your ankles, and you're tempted to pour all that goop that smells like industrial citrus down the drain.
Which could wreck your pipes. Why not call Capital instead? For only $49, Capital will send out a pro and get your drain flowing.
Stop living with a clog and start living with the flow. Call Capital today.
Call CapitalCares.com.
It's the weekend. Don't cook and clean. The Mine Shaft Family Restaurant in Hartford will serve you a super affordable meal, and it's delicious. The Saturday breakfast buffet is all you can eat under $10 from 8 until noon today. $10. Your Saturday steak dinner with all the sides is under $25. You will pay a lot more at other restaurants. Not necessary. The family pizza special is a huge 18-incher with a pitcher of beer or soda and 100 game room credits for under $45. The pizza easily feeds a family of 4. Your kids can safely play in that world-class game room quietly set away from the dining area. While you finish up, it's perfect. Games for little kids, games for big kids. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near the EAA. Lots of seating, close parking. The Sunday buffet is an all-you-can-eat feast and just $15. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. There's no restaurant inflation at the Mine Shaft in Hartford. Google the Mine Shaft and just walk in this weekend.
Keeping you updated on culture and creativity. What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
When music is that much of a part of your life, it's part of you.
I can do digital, but I really prefer film. It's the equivalent of vinyl versus CD.
I sort of put together my theater writing hat and my songwriting hat and made one big hat.
This is a mega musical with a capital M.
Weeknights at 6 on WTMJ and the What's on Tap podcast on WTMJ.com. It's starting to feel a lot like springtime.
Off and running, huh?
We are off and running.
Back, track, wall, bye-bye baseball.
A grand slam over the batter's eye in center for Bryce Terang.
Brewers baseball is back with a Cactus League matchup against the Reds. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at 2. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 29 degrees here in Milwaukee. Today, light snow likely, high of 31. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and chilly, high of 27. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. The U.S. and Israel have launched an attack on Iran after it failed to curb its nuclear program. Iran has retaliated with missiles targeting Israel and U.S. military bases in other Middle East countries. CBS News' Robert Berger.
I'm Robert Berger in Jerusalem. There have been air raid sirens here in Jerusalem and all over the country today as Iran has been firing some ballistic missiles at Israel. Now, this is not a massive barrage like what we saw last year in June during the 12-day war. It's more sparse, and most of the missiles have been knocked down by Israeli defenses. Some shrapnel, though, has been falling in Israel.
Iraq and Israel have closed their airspaces. The FBI has more Ring video which may contain clues into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie as it nears the 1-month mark. News Nation's Brian Enton.
This video showed a car going by at 2:36 a.m. the morning that Nancy Guthrie went missing. What's interesting is Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from her phone at 2:28 a.m., and it takes exactly 7 to 8 minutes if you go down this sort of back road to get out of this neighborhood to pass that camera. So the timing matches up pretty much perfectly. So that's one of the reasons we know that investigators are now reviewing this video.
Savannah Guthrie posted a new video on social media today saying the $1 million reward her family is offering, quote, can be paid in cash. One lawmaker is calling for answers after a Madison teenager was given dog food at school. 15-year-old Jayden is autistic and nonverbal. He ate the wet dog food at Madison East High School on February 13th. State Representative Sheila Stubbs questions his treatment at school.
How often was Jayden left alone, unattended, unsupervised with a staff member? Who has been checking on Jayden? How many other instances of mistreatment has happened towards disabled students? Has a staff member committed similar acts to other students? Have there been other incidences with Jayden that we don't even know about?
Both Madison Police and the Madison Metropolitan School District are separately investigating the incident. The staff member has been fired. A mother and son pair who lost a historic Muskego restaurant to a devastating fire are planning their path forward. Ryan and Lori Oshman will operate the Milk Can out of the Paper Table Food Company Ghost Kitchen facility while rebuilding the Bass Bay Brew House. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports a fire inspection found no definitive cause for the December fire that burnt down the brew house. Milk Can plans to open downtown in April alongside its original location in Muskego. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is pushing pause on plans to implement facial recognition technology. Sheriff Danita Ball says the changes follow discussions with community advocates over how data could be utilized in the current national climate. The Milwaukee Police Department previously ruled out their own plans to use the technology following concerns from the community. More overnight closures are planned later in the week, this time for pavement repairs along I-94.
As we're getting out of these winter months and we get more freeze-thaw in late February and March, this is when we typically see a lot of potholes develop in that existing pavement.
The DOT's Eric Hansen explains the pavement repair is critical since those surfaces have to bear more of the load as the lanes get switched around.
We do have a lot of repair work that we're going to do to maintain that existing freeway, and that'll happen next Thursday and Friday night.
Those closures should be reopened by 5 a.m. the next morning. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 8:04.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life, rejuvenate.
So it's all too common of a story. And it's common enough that we account for a certain percentage of our new patients to make their first appointment and get cold feet. They put it off. I'm not sure why, because our physicians are offering legitimate medical pain relief treatment. The combination of hyaluronic acid and Toradol cushions joints and has an extremely powerful effect in reducing inflammation. So much so that a vast majority of Rejuvenex patients report a significant improvement with their pain. I guess it's human nature, but sometimes human nature keeps us in our comfort zone, even when it means remaining living in pain. So after you make your appointment to alleviate your pain, and that little voice tries to convince you to put it off, don't, because your pain problems can be solved, and you can live a better life.
rejuvenates. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we could be seeing you tomorrow.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Looking for some winter magic? You'll find it in Lake Geneva. Hit the slopes to ski, snowboard, or tube. Hike or snowshoe through a state park or nature preserve. Enjoy ice skating, ziplining, and even fat tire biking. And turn mealtime inside out with a cozy igloo or barrel dining experience. When it's time to come inside, catch a show with live music, magic, or dancing horses. Check out the unique shops and boutiques and melt away the winter chill at an award-winning spa. Learn more about things to do in Lake Geneva at visitlakegeneva.com. It's always been the place for winter fun.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers won their spring training game against the White Sox yesterday 5-2. They play the Cincinnati Reds today at 2:10. The Bucks lost yesterday to the Knicks 127-98. They play again tomorrow against the Bulls at 2:30. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. At the moment, it's looking all clear out there. No major incidents, no major delays.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Get your rock solid pre-approval or a no-pressure refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, light snow likely, high of 31. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and chilly, high of 27. Monday, partly sunny, high of 35. Tuesday, slight chance of snow, high of 38. Wednesday, a chance of a mix, high of 42 degrees. Right now, in Green Bay, it's 22. In Madison, it's 26. In Waukesha, it's 28. And in Milwaukee, it's 29 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:07.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy. And we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton, Kane, and David Nason.
Here we go again, the last Saturday of the month. Time for The Fix-It Show where we talk about fixing things. David, how was your week?
Good morning, Dayton. It was a good week. Pretty busy, as usual.
Yeah.
But I had a good week. How about you?
Yeah. It's that time of year, you know, the home shows start up and things get busier and we start looking, everybody gets excited because spring is coming and summer's right around the corner, so that's good. And somebody who was at the show is with us today and she knows how it goes. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Say good morning to Abby from Abby Home. That's abbyhome.com. And you guys, show was good for you guys?
It was, yeah. I think the weather was finally broke. We didn't have the freezing temperatures, so I think people that had cabin fever finally got out and are starting to look at their house now.
Yeah.
Right. It got into almost the 50s the day of the show, and then the rest of the week was still pretty warm. We got a little chillier at the end of the week, but yeah, definitely I think that's the time for people to start getting itchy. You've been in your house all winter. Well, now's the time to go out and look at the outside of your house. So.
Yeah. It's a feeling of hope. That's what it is.
Right.
We get hope. So when people come to the home shows, the NARI show is kind of like the first one, right? And then there's a few more that come after that. Yeah. What do you see when people come out? What are they asking you question-wise, and what should they be bringing when they come to that show?
Yeah, I think it's more just getting the companies you want to come look at everything. Obviously, there's not a whole lot we can do without taking an inspection and seeing what you need. Sometimes what you think you need and you really do need are two different things. So we want to definitely get in the house and take a look and kind of do our own inspection, as obviously we do this for a living. So you don't really need to bring anything. If you want to bring some pictures, you can, but we're mostly there to kind of have you sign up and let us come out and do our thing.
And see some of the products right on site, right?
We do. We have some window samples. We have some bath systems there. Our different metal roofing is there. So we have another show coming up. The Realtor Show will be coming up in the next month here. We just had the Racine Kenosha one last weekend. So it's definitely home show season every weekend. We pretty much have one somewhere around town.
So you kind of mentioned it. Go through all the things that Abby can do.
So we do everything on the exterior of your home, from roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, soffit and fascia, attic insulation, and then we also do bath and shower systems as well. So just the wet area of the bath or shower. We don't do full bath remodels.
So based out of Waukesha, but cover all of southeastern Wisconsin?
We do. We'll go up to the Sheboygan, Fond du Lac area, and then we'll go as far west as Madison into the Illinois state line. So that's kind of our territory, the bottom half of the state.
Okay. And how long have you been doing it?
This is our 16th year in business.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember when you were answering the phone yourself.
I know, it's funny because I tell my team, we're about 30, 35 people now, and I always tell them there's nothing in this business that I haven't done myself, and there's nothing I would ever ask you to do that I wouldn't do myself.
Sure.
And I think it's important for them to understand that I understand that all of their jobs and what they're doing, because I've been there and I've done all of them.
Yeah. I think that's really important for just about any business, but certainly this type of business, like you said, roofing, you're asking your crews to get up on the roof and do things right and do all the flashing, just install the entire system without really cutting corners. And if you haven't gotten up there and done it yourself, starting with the tear off, which is probably the least fun of the job, the messy scraping all the shingles off the roof. If you haven't done that, it's really hard to ask the crew or expect them to do it all the way you expect them to do it.
Yeah, I actually had a commercial that I was filming, and I was up on the roof. It was a 12-12 pitch, so I don't want to be up there too long.
Man.
But when I was up there looking at hail damage, I had a customer, of course, or not a customer, but a guy let me know that as the CEO of the company, I should not be up on the roof, and that was very unprofessional of me to be up on the roof. But again, I would never ask someone to do something that I wouldn't be willing to do. I've hung siding. I remember the first time I ever hung siding, and I had to drop it, and I was like, wait, we drop this? Like, why do we do that? And so you learn as you go. And I've been doing this for 20 years now, so there's a lot that I've learned, and I'm sure there's a lot more I'll come across and learn, because houses are, every day you see something different.
Sure.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Right, yeah. Well, new products, new technologies, that factors into everything you're doing. But yeah, the way we're building, hasn't changed dramatically. Probably, if anything, and we can get into this in the next segments as we go along here, but energy efficiency, that's probably the thing that has changed with our residential construction in Wisconsin, in the last 30 years or something, is how efficient our products are, how we install them to make sure we're stopping, air infiltration and all that. So
it is the Fix It Show, the first Saturday of the month. We'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Abby from Abby Home on with us. You can find them at abbyhome.com. Thanks for listening to WTMJ this morning.
When snowstorms hit and the roads turn slick.
These slick roads are pretty brutal.
When school closings start rolling in and traffic slows to a crawl.
The snowfall closing schools in Kenosha.
We've got the latest updates on forecasts and everything else you need to know during severe winter weather. Find Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and online at WTMJ.com or on the WTMJ mobile app. Stay safe. Stay informed with WTMJ.
Ever wonder what it takes to feel truly wealthy and financially comfortable? Schwab asked Americans that question, and most said at least $2 million. But here's the thing, your number might be different. And that makes sense because your dreams, travel, retirement, and the legacy you want to leave are unique to you. That's why you need advice that's just as personal. The team at Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen and help you build a plan that fits your life. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at brewers.com.
MW Marine.
Hey anglers, want to catch more fish this season? Then don't miss the free fishing seminar every Saturday in February at MW Marine. Get proven tips on tackle, techniques, and where the fish are biting. Perfect for weekend warriors and serious fishermen alike. And while you're there, walk through the showroom and check out the latest fishing boats. Ready for your next big day on the water. MW Marine.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Well, here we are. It is 2026. Remember last year when you said never again? Did it work? You didn't start your business to spend lots of time doing bank reconciliations, cash flow projections, or inventory analysis. Let us help you keep your New Year's resolution to stay on top of your finances and keep your books up to date. Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. Start the year off on the right foot by calling the Neal Group to help you understand your numbers and make them better. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can make 2026 the best year ever. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
The Fix-It Show with Dayton Kane and David Nason on WTMJ.
855-616-1620 if you have questions for us. It is the Fix-It Show. Dayton Kane, David Nason, and Abby from Abby Home with us. And you had mentioned it kind of earlier in the first break. Roofing. People are getting outside, and now we can actually maybe see our roof because the snow is melted off. What are some things people should be looking at when they go outside?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had a long, deep freeze for almost a month, maybe longer. So even if you did have a leak, you wouldn't have noticed it. So obviously you'd notice if you had a leak now because we've had some rain in there and we had a lot of the snow melting off your roof. But that's one thing. And just the age of the roof, degranulation. If you're getting up there and cleaning your gutters and you're seeing a lot of granules in your gutters, I mean, they are going to shed some. But if you're seeing a lot in there, that should be of concern. And the biggest thing is we can come out after, if your roof is even 15 years old, it might be getting to that point that you might want to have it taken a look at and see where it's at. And we're just to the point now with the way that the insurance companies have pivoted and made hail a whole different deductible. And I mean, for my house, I can tell you I have a $500 deductible on anything that happens with my house, but then the hail is a different policy. That's a $5,000 deductible.
Wow.
And I didn't even ask for that. I didn't know about it. It just, my premium came due and I was like, I'm going to look at what my hail damage is or my hail deductible is. And it was crazy how much it had gone up. And I think that as you're getting your policy renewals, take a look at that and see, because I think you'll be surprised that hail is its own entity now, kind of like a flood insurance rider policy that we experienced all last August, especially those that were in West Allis and Wauwatosa and certain areas that really got hit. You learn the hard way that you didn't have flood insurance and homeowners insurance wasn't going to pick that up. I truly feel in the next 10 years, and I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm going to tell you, I really don't think that insurance companies are going to cover hail damage as a standard policy. It's going to be a rider that you're going to have to pay a pretty hefty premium for, and that's why we've pivoted to all metal roofing. We'll still do asphalt if you really want it, but I want you to be aware that, you know, if your house is 10 years or your roof is 10 years old, the insurance company is only going to cover probably 50% of that roof, and then whatever that deductible is, whether that's $5,000 or more, you're almost paying for that entire roof out of pocket, and it's not going to be worth it. And that's why it's better to pay a little bit more up front and get the metal and have a true 50-year warranty, including hail from the manufacturer, and you're not fighting an insurance policy and having your premium go up because you filed a claim. It's just, it can end up being a mess for you, and not even having to deal with it is why we just say, let's get the metal done, and you don't even have to worry about any of it.
Yeah, I think that's similar to what the insurance companies did back in the early 2000s with mold, where everybody had some kind of mold coverage, and you saw these outrageous mold claims. I was working for a restoration contractor at the time, and we they actually started a separate company to deal with mold because it was such a prevalent thing. And they had some huge jobs in the six figures. And all of a sudden, the insurance company said, nope, we're not going to cover that anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, that roofs are. I mean, do you think that $5,000 deductible is set? You can't go lower than that if you want to pay a higher premium?
I'm sure you probably could. It's just then you have to end up paying it either way. So either you pay it on the front end in the premium,
sure,
or you pay it on the back end of the deductible. It's kind of like, a tax or a fee. You're going to pay it either way. It's just however you want to. Republicans call it a fee and Democrats call it a tax, and you're still paying it. So. Right. It is what it is, and I truly feel that the easiest way out of all that is to do the asphalt shingles. But to your point, I remember a few years ago I was at a house and they had mold on there. They had a wood interior and aluminum clad exterior windows, and they had mold on the inside from condensation because they had a metal spacer and the windows had so much condensation it was causing mold in the corners. And they filed a claim against their insurance policy, and the insurance actually covered the windows. Yes, that was the only time I ever saw that. And so then they ended up getting their insurance to cover the windows, and that was probably right around the time that the insurance was like, we're not. Insurance is. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a scam, but trust me, they're in it to make money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why do you think they can afford the rights to AmFam Field?
Right, or these pretty.
The house always wins.
These huge, big, pretty buildings. We're not ripping on insurance companies, but yes, there's something called subrogation. They always go after somebody who's at fault, but that we're not going to get into the insurance.
So I do have a quick question. When I old school think metal roofing, I think like a barn,
standing seam,
right? Standing seam, the flat panel.
Yeah.
That's not what you guys are doing.
No,
right?
we don't do any of that. So we won't even do standing seam because I think after 10 years that the nails rust out and they'll leak, and so we don't touch that. The only thing we do is actually stone coated. So it's quiet. It's just as quiet as an asphalt. It actually has stone coating on it, so it looks like an asphalt shingle. If you go to our website, you can see what it looks like, or you can even Google stone coated metal roofing to get you an idea of what that looks like. But it's nothing like standing seam. It actually looks like shake or looks like shingles, so you don't take away the look of the house.
Yeah.
You can see her website, abbyhome.com, abbyhome.com. Another 40 minutes with her. So get your calls and texts in, 855-616-1620. Anything on the exterior of the home, insulating the attic. Now in the bathroom as well. Abby's taking over the world when it comes to remodeling, and we can answer your questions. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved, but here you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Car Edge. The stress of car buying is finally a thing of the past. Car Edge negotiates with local dealerships for you, keeping your personal info private. With an average of 20-plus years of dealership experience, Car Edge experts know every trick in the book, saving you time and money. No sales calls, no wasted hours playing games at a dealership, just the best deal on the car you want. WTMJ fans get 20% off. Call 414-667-7413 or visit caredge.com/WTMJ for a free no-obligation consultation today.
WTMJ's The Fix-It Show with David Nason and Dayton Kane.
Welcome back to The Fix-It Show. Dayton Kane, David Nason, and Abby from Abby Home with us. And we got some texts that came in.
Right. It kind of goes along with what we're talking about with roofing. Abby, does your company look in the attic when you inspect for a roof?
Absolutely. I think it's important because everything that we're doing is a roofing system. We're not just putting a shingle on your roof. We want to make sure that that structurally we can do it without any issues, because we don't want to tear off all that asphalt shingles and then you have dips in your roof and issues that you might want to get fixed by. We don't do any of that, but a structural company or having a structural engineer take a look at that. So there's more to it than just putting a roof on, and I think that is a huge thing in our industry where people think, well, with a couple cases of beer and pizza, and me and my buddies can get up there and hammer this roof out in a weekend. But when you really look at the flashing and everything that goes into the ventilation system of the attic and making sure that you don't get ice damming and all of that, just because you put ice and water shield 6 feet up from the gutter or the eave doesn't mean you're not going to have an ice dam. It just means that it shouldn't be leaking into your home. But you could still get ice damming because you don't have proper ventilation, or you don't have enough insulation, you don't have the baffles where the soffit are. So there's a lot to it, and I think that when you actually see what we do for a full inspection, and we get in your attic and check your rafters, make sure there's nothing broken, make sure that the sheathing is good. You want to make sure that the spacing is correct, because if it's wider than 1/4 of an inch, you need to replace all that decking, or you don't have a warranty. And I can tell you, the warranties from all these manufacturers, they like to have an out, and if you don't have the proper spacing between the sheathing, you will have to get a redeck, and that's never fun. It's never something you want to just sell somebody a roof and then all of a sudden you're tearing it off in the day of, say, oh yeah, I need a $10,000 change order because we have to redeck this entire roof. I like to be transparent and let the customer know up front. And we've lost some deals before because they say, well, you're more expensive. You're the only one that said we need to do a redeck. Nobody else said that. But nobody else went in the attic. And so they're just like, sell it and let the project manager deal with it and let the customer, fork out some more money once the job is going, and we'll have the roof torn off. So they have to fork it over because they have no choice.
Right. And I don't understand how you can replace everything on the roof. And I agree with you. It's a system. So you should be tearing it off, replacing everything. But how do you connect a new bathroom exhaust vent to the duct that's in the attic without going in the attic? I mean, maybe you can try to pull the duct through the hole in the deck and connect it and then push it back. But a few weeks ago, I saw an attic that was just full of ice and frost, and now it's wet because the ducts connected to the vents are leaking. They're not sealed. They had a zip tie on them, but I think they should have a foil tape on them to seal the air. So absolutely going in the attic is key to replacing your roof. If you have a bid or a quote, you're talking to a roofing contractor and they didn't go in your roof, I would be getting on the phone and calling them, or maybe consider getting a different bid.
So you were talking about the planks being too far spaced apart. Older homes, mainly, that's happening. And why? What difference does it make?
The biggest thing is just structural, that they want to make sure that when you're laying down the shingles and everything, and that it's all hitting, and they don't want the spacing to create problems and separation. So that's...
I mean, imagine taking your nail gun, throwing a nail through a shingle, and there's no
hitting
wood
nothing.
behind it.
Yeah, you're just
you're just firing a nail right through the shingle, and it's not attaching to anything.
Tar paper or underlayment, whatever you're putting down, it's not going to hold the nail very well.
David's really good about saying following manufacturer's specs, and the reason those are there is for a reason. They've done their research, they've done their testing, they know their product better than anybody else, and they know where they need it to sit.
I believe we even talked about this. I think it says in our state code that all products and everything should be installed according to manufacturer's installation instructions. So.
Yeah, last year we actually had a customer that another Master Elite in our area that's a GAF Master Elite company was telling them they didn't need a redeck, and we were telling them they did in order to be compliant with the warranty. So I'm like, we need to double check to make sure nothing changed. And so I remember calling David and it's like, do you know anything, if anything changed or what? It's not just about the state code, it's about the manufacturers. So we found it online and David sent it to me and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what we thought. But we always want to be ahead of it because we don't want the liability. And some companies are willing to take that risk and roll the dice. And trust me, I'm not one that gambles like that. So we're good doing it by the book. And if we lose some jobs because we're not the lowest, cheapest price, then I'd rather do that and not have to worry about it later.
Right.
Exactly. AbbeyHome.com is a website. You can check her out there. We now take a break over the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. The man found guilty of forging threats against President Trump to cover up an armed robbery gets prison time. 52-year-old Demetric Scott will spend 16 and a half years behind bars for felony identity theft, witness intimidation, bail jumping, and reckless endangerment. He was found guilty in January of stabbing Mexican immigrant Ramon Morales Reyes before stealing his bike in September 2023. Then, while in jail, Scott wrote multiple letters posing as Morales Reyes to state and federal officials threatening to kill President Trump in the hopes of getting Morales Reyes deported. The first case of bird flu for the year is confirmed in a commercial poultry flock in Jefferson County. The birds will be quarantined and depopulated to prevent spreading the disease. Health officials are also monitoring farm workers for symptoms. There is a low-risk exposure for the general public. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. At the moment, all clear. No major incidents, no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, light snow likely 1 to 3 inches, high of 31. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and chilly, high of 27. Monday, partly sunny, high of 35. Tuesday, slight chance of snow, high of 38. Right now in Green Bay, it's 22. In Waukesha, it's 28. And in Milwaukee, it is 29 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:32.
Are you seeking an experienced, award-winning contractor who provides unmatched plaster and stucco services? I'm Zach Emmons with Creative Construction of Wisconsin. As part of the 6th generation of our family-owned company, we have served the area for over 90 years, handling all types of stucco, interior, and ornamental plasterwork, from small repairs and remodels to large residential projects. Creative Construction staff has the skills to deliver quality results. Featuring NARI award-winning and certified professionals, our craftsmen match all plaster and stucco textures, adding custom touches as needed. Call 414-397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com for competitive pricing and a personalized approach. Creative Construction of Wisconsin, cutting-edge stucco and plaster techniques with homegrown family values. Call 397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
David and Dayton. One guy knows what the heck he's talking about. We'll let you figure out which one it is. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Going to be a decent Saturday, which is nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have something fun planned, ready to go. We're here with Abby from Abby Home. David Nason sitting across from me as usual. So let's talk about this.
Yeah,
condensation. Everybody's favorite topic.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody had some condensation, probably some more than others. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. Maybe it's not obvious to everybody, but it is a result of humidity in your home, but also performance of your windows as well. And I'm personally a big advocate, like you said earlier, about manufacturer's installation instructions. Windows have to be installed properly, but they also have to be performed. So, and you use Provia windows, Abby?
We do. Yeah, we use, ours is called the Lupo window. It's made for us by Provia. And the biggest thing with condensation is we get customers that will say, well, my old windows didn't have it. Why do these new ones have it? And that would be an indicator that your old windows are probably really leaking.
Right.
And so now the new windows are doing their job. They're keeping that moisture in or keeping that heat in. But that if you go with double pane windows versus triple, the threshold for the humidity in your home is a lot lower, so you can't have as high a humidity, and so you're more likely to get condensation. And the NFRC, which is the National Fenestration Rating Council, actually gives every single window what they call a CR rating, which is a condensation resistance rating, and they'll tell you this double pane window is like a 52 versus triple pane is usually in the 70s. So you can see that there's quite a bit of difference between a double and a triple pane with what the resistance rating is. So it's not something I can make up or something that I'm just winging it, telling you. There actually is a rating for those windows. And the other thing that you can do is if you have heavy curtains or heavy blinds, like honeycomb blinds that are energy efficient blinds, that's going to create what we call a microclimate between the window and the blind, or the window and the curtain. And so when you wake up in the morning and you open up your blinds, you're like, oh my God, I have condensation. Whether it's triple pane, double pane, whatever it may be, that's going to get trapped in there. That cold air is going to get trapped in, and it's going to sit on that glass. So what you want to do is just lift up the blinds a little bit, give it about an hour. It should all burn off once it has some air circulation. But if you have your thermostat in the 70s in your home, I'm going to tell you right now, you're more likely to get condensation, especially if your HVAC system has an April air. Mm-hmm. So what HVAC contractors don't tell you is when they install a brand new furnace for you, and there's this little dial on there that says April air, and it has winter mode and summer mode. Winter mode means it's going to crank humidity in your home because that's usually when it's drier air. So that winter mode is cranking humidity, and that's what's going to cause a lot of that condensation. So if you don't want condensation, don't put it on winter mode. And anytime you're cooking, anytime if you have a lot of plants, a lot of showers, anything that you're going to have in your home that could be anybody breathing, all of that creates moisture, and all of that's going to create that condensation. So
we can't take showers or breathe? No,
just make sure you're running your bath fan for like 15 minutes, and that'll help alleviate that. If you have a hood, when you're cooking, run that hood, especially if it vents outside, which hopefully it does. Just run that because that'll help with getting that hot air out.
Right. I put timers on the fans in my bathrooms, and I told my kids, my wife, said, when you leave the bathroom, make sure the fan's on at least 15 minutes. And then the timer counts it down, so you don't have to think about going back. But you're right. The exhaust fans are not used enough. I agree completely about the blinds and the curtains, but I also think that the screens on a casement window can also create a little bit of that climate because they're on the inside. So I suggest to people in the winter, take your screens off your casements. You don't have to do it on double hungs. They're on the outside. Casements, awning windows, take them off. That's an opportunity to clean them, fix them, with whatever you do. Store them somewhere nicely. You get more daylight through the window without a screen on it. Clean your windows and everything, because that same thing, I think, can happen.
The other thing that you can do, and people would never want to do this because it's cold outside, right? Open your windows for 10 seconds. Get that cold air transferring in and out, and kind of let that moisture out. I've talked about that
for a while, and now I hear people are calling it burping your house.
Yes.
That's the thing.
They say it's like a German wives' tale thing to open up your windows in the winter and prevent illness. That was
Right.
like something that the German
Just
women
vent
did.
out all that air that we're breathing. If you're not turning your exhaust fans, maybe it's a cold weekend and you're all just hunkered down inside and you're all hanging out and everything. Just think about all the air that you're breathing, exhausting and everything, cooking, showering, running the laundry and everything, all that stuff. Using a gas range. All that stuff.
David opened up a can of worms for us. We're going to be asked what the R value is on screens now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We can find that out.
Oh, gosh. Please don't. Please don't. All right. Abby's with us for another couple segments. 855-616-1620. If you have questions, you can text them in. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Dreaming of a home renovation? J&J Contractors has been turning houses into dreams for over 40 years. From stunning kitchens and luxurious bathrooms to finished lower levels, they handle complete renovations that elevate your space. And don't forget about the outside. J&J Contractors specialize in roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does. Because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When it's 40 degrees in your living room and you've started using the toaster as a hand warmer.
And the dog is wearing more layers than a lasagna.
And you're using a blowtorch to defrost your Cheerios.
And you're considering burning the coffee table for warmth.
Then it's officially time to call Capital. We offer same-day heating repair service 7 days a week.
And for a limited time, all our heating service calls are free when we make the repair.
Just call Capital. We'll banish the brrr.
Call CapitalCares.com.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
David Nason and Dayton Kane. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
It is the Fix It Show. Every Saturday we started at 7 and go to 9, 2 hours of fixing stuff. This hour we have Abby from Abby Home answering your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. We've talked roofing. We've talked windows. What about siding? You guys do that too, right?
Outside of the house.
Absolutely. Siding is actually, if anyone asks me what is my favorite thing to sell, I love doing siding. It's fun to see the transformation, and it's fun to design things. And when I was selling in the home, that was my favorite thing because I got to just change the whole look and see how excited people would be. Because windows, you're trying to kind of match everything and make it look like it's supposed to be there. Roofing, everyone's just like, I have to do it, so it's not something that anybody wants to do.
But sometimes you can't really see your roof very well.
Exactly. But siding is that awe, it makes you love where you live, and that's why it's to me, it's my favorite. But
don't you hate it when somebody goes, "We want it to look just like it does now"? No,
I know.
Come on, let me give you a
They
few
have white
ideas.
1970s white aluminum. Let's just go with white. And I'm like, really?
Which you do. It's their house. You can do what you want with your house. But it is fun, and you probably have programs now that can show people even ahead of time what it looks like.
Yeah, and you can do it yourself too. If you take a picture of your house, go outside, take a picture of your house, and if you have ChatGPT, you can go into ChatGPT and say, make my house navy blue. Give me white trim and a black roof, and it'll literally, within 2 minutes, spit out an entirely new look for your home. So you can actually have some ideas before we even get there just by using ChatGPT.
And then it sends your contact information to all the storm chasers, and next thing you know, they're all knocking on your door.
No, but what will happen is you'll start getting service some of the ads. I used GPT yesterday for something, and instantly in my Facebook feed was that.
That's kind of what I was saying. Yes,
it was crazy.
I don't think we can avoid it at all anymore. I was literally having a conversation with somebody with my phone in my pocket. I didn't search anything. And all of a sudden, I started getting all this stuff coming up in my Facebook ads, and I'm like, this is creepy.
Yeah.
And I even went in and I'm like, is my microphone is off for every Meta thing. So it was just, it's so frustrating that we have no control of privacy anymore, that people can, you can just have a conversation. And sometimes I do it just to see, like, I'll be like, yellow cab, I need a taxi. And then all of a sudden you'll be getting all this stuff about, like, are you traveling? Do you need an Uber?
Right. So back to siding. It's a neat conversation, because I agree completely with you about not having any choice about it. But so what type of siding? You'd use Ascend?
We do use Ascend. We also do Prodigy, which is an insulated vinyl, which is kind of my favorite. We've been doing that since I first started back in 2005 selling siding. That was the first one we ever sold. But anything that's insulated back, it's just for rigidity purposes, and we can hang it year-round. It's going to be a thicker panel. It's going to look more like wood. It's not your grandfather's vinyl where it's uninsulated. We don't really install that much anymore unless somebody is like, I'm selling my house, I don't care at all, or it's for a garage or something, then we'll install it. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I really do like the lifetime warranty products, and I like the insulated value of them. So there's kind of a pillar to everything we do. And there's something called sick house syndrome. Sick house syndrome is when you basically are making your house too tight and it can't breathe. So you want to know what the perm rating is on siding, because if it's not breathable, 85% of your house is siding for most people. And so you want to make sure that 85% is going to breathe, because your windows, you don't want to breathe. You don't want a perm rating on your windows. So that way your house wrap that you're choosing, which we use Green Guard because it has drainage channels in it, you don't have to worry about the system being compromised because it really can't tear like Tyvek, which is why I like it. And because if you're using Tyvek and you get one tear in it, that entire system, that entire water resistant barrier is completely compromised by that one tear. And that's why I just don't want to leave it up for installer error. The perm rating, you're going to have a perm rating on the Green Guard. And then when we put our insulated siding up, all of our insulated siding is made by Progressive Foam, is who makes the foam back for that insulation. Everything has a perm rating. Some of it is Neopore, which has carbon fiber in it. So you can get a higher R value without having to have as thick of siding. And all of that's going to have breathability. So you don't have to ever worry about getting sick house syndrome when you get nice tight triple pane windows and then you put insulated siding on.
Somebody asked me the other day, how long does, windows have 25 to 30 years? How long does siding last?
If
What do you say to that?
If you're putting up our siding, it should last a lifetime. Windows should last a lifetime as well. If you're putting the right windows in and the right siding in, you should never have to replace them. I can tell you, with my house now, I put my windows in 10 years ago and they look like brand new. They look exactly like they did the day I put them in. And the one trick to making sure that happens is you have to lock your windows. Yes. You have to lock them, not just for security, but windows have memory. And vinyl has memory to it. So you have to lock them, because a lot of times that's what compresses the seal on the windows. So when you're not using them, please lock them.
Right. I agree, locking them, but also open them every once in a while too. Open them, clean them. Yours look new probably because you take care of them. So don't just
maintenance.
Lock them, yes, but don't just lock them and forget them. If they're an operable window, they should be open every once in a while and then locked again when you close.
I can't tell you how many times fall hits and we get a call and they said, I need you to come out here. My windows aren't locked. They won't lock. And we'll go out there and literally the top sash, because there's a compression to it, They didn't put it back up in the pocket, and it's about a 5-second thing. We pop it back in and lock it up, and then it's like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So,
right.
AbbeyHome.com is a website. We have a couple segments left, 855-616-1620. Oh, sorry, one segment left. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up, but I want to talk a little bit about the bathroom thing, too, because that's kind of newer to you. You've been doing it a while now, but it is a Fix-It show. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Frank Daniels, our Madison goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
No yard is too big or too small. That's right, let Outdoor Living Unlimited design and build your new deck, patio, outdoor shade area, and pergola, and everyone will scream wow when they see your new backyard. For free design and estimate, and get that project started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Making it a great Fix-It day. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored each week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. We have Abby from Abbey Home on with us this hour. Thank you for being on the show. It's always good to have you here. We talked a lot about you do a lot of things. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, insulation in the attic. You also do bathrooms. So what does that look like?
We do. We do the wet area. So if you're looking at having a new shower or tub, if you want to take the old tub out and put a shower in or put a tub back in, we can do that. And we'll rip everything out. So everything's coming down to the studs. We're making sure that you don't have any mold going on behind that old tile, or you don't have anything that was leaking behind there. So we'll take a look at that. We pull all the permits. We use a licensed plumber. So it does cost more for us to do that because we're going to do it the right way. But by using a licensed plumber, one, we're adhering to all the municipalities' building codes because you have to pull a permit for that. So we're not going to cut those corners, unfortunately, if you wanted to try to lower your assessment. But it's the right way to do it, and it protects you as well. You want to make sure that it's actually done by a licensed plumber, and the inspector comes out and says, yes, this is done to code, you're good to go, because you don't want to spend that money and then have it bite you later.
And when you go to sell your house, you don't have to check that box on the condition report says, has any work been done in your home without permits?
And be careful with that by lying on that, because there's our version of storm or ambulance chasers, and they will go after homeowners that lied on that.
It's a legal document. I get involved in that kind of stuff when people don't disclose things, everything correctly. But so just the wet area, and are we limited to what we can put on the walls?
Not really. I mean, we pretty much can go all the way up to the ceiling if you want. We can build stuff in. We can customize everything. We can take knee walls out. We can build knee walls up. That's obviously going to take us a little more than 1 day. So usually it's 2 days for something like that. But if it's a standard job where we're not having to mess with walls or knee walls, we're going to get in there. We're going to make sure that underneath where the drain and everything is, that's up to code. So usually just like when we go in the attic to do a roof inspection and give you an estimate on your roof, we're going to do the same thing for a bathroom. We're going to go in your basement if it's possible and it's on the first floor and it's not drywalled. And we're going to take a look at all your plumbing and your piping underneath the bathroom, because we want you to know, hey, that this might take us a workaround, and we might have to have our plumber come and move some of this piping or move this drain. And so we want you to know that cost up front and not have those surprises as well.
That's always good to know for a customer.
Somebody goes to the website and they fill out a little contact me form. How long before somebody reaches out to them?
So we actually can do everything right online now. So you can just go to abbyhome.com, fill out the contact form, and you can set your own appointment in your own time. And then what we'll do is my call center manager, she'll call you just to confirm everything, make sure that it's exactly what you're looking for and that's something we can do. Because if you put on insulation on there and set your appointment, but you want some wall blown in stuff, or you're looking at something that we don't do, then obviously we're not going to come out for that. So we just want to talk to you to make sure that this is exactly what you're looking for, but you can lock in your time that way. Or you can give us a call. It's 414-436-ABBY, so 414-436-2229. Our call center is open 7 days a week, so we can pretty much take your call whenever you're available and off of work. And we can come out in the evenings, on Saturdays, whatever works for you. We want to accommodate you. We don't want you to have to take off of work to get an estimate. So we want to work around anything that you have, and we'll make it work for us.
And at the beginning of the show, we talked, you had a pretty good NARI show, but upcoming March 20th starts the Realtors Home and Garden Show. You're going to be at that?
Yeah, that's an 8-day show. That's a long show, so there's plenty of time to come out and see us. There's nights, and there's 2 weekends, and there's some night availability.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're closed that Monday and Tuesday, but they're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are open.
Bring your can koozie, grab a beer, walk around.
Right.
Yeah, and you can always come into our showroom, too. So we're right in Waukesha, just south of the Waukesha County Airport, off of Pewaukee Road, which is Highway J. And we're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. But if you wanted a later appointment, just let us know. We can make sure we have a rep there later in the evening if that works for you as well.
Always good to have you on.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Coming up next, the Fox World Travels Show, and we'll do this all over again next week, 7 to 9 every Saturday. It is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
This has been the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
2026 marks Siding Unlimited's 32nd